Okay, guys, welcome back to another Normal Gays video. I'm Brad Polumbo here with TikTok extraordinaire Clarkson Lawson. We've been enjoying doing this series, but not everyone has been enjoying us doing it. Clarkson, you seen anybody giving you some feedback?
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like me on both sides of the aisle, so it's been fairly interesting reading the comment sections. Don't like us, actually. I think it has more to do with our skin tone than anything else.
White pick me gays, as you'll see. I will play for people a little Instagram reel. I cut out of one of our videos that I put on Instagram and it got a ton of views. But I also got some hate comments that we're gonna react to. First, here's the video.
There's no such thing as non-binary. And yet I exist. Funny that.
She really thought she could.
She shut my up. Like, all right.
It's just so funny to me. This idea that, like, you think there's no such thing as human beings that can fly? Well, I exist.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do we even have to break down how illogical that is? Or does everyone get it? Like, oh, Lord. But you know what? She kind of shut me up at the beginning. Like,
I was gagged.
I was gagged. For sure.
So some of these were low-key funny. And this first one does go into that category. Somebody wrote, if Pick Me were a couple, and then another person replied, it'd be these two anorexic twinks.
That's not anorexic. Anorexic. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I work way too hard. That one actually hurt.
I am definitely not anorexic, and I do find it funny how, I mean, I'm maybe on the slimmer side. I guess maybe this person is part of the chub community. I don't know, but I do find it funny how quickly, like, woke people, in air quotes, will, like, use eating disorders as an insult.
No. From the side that's supposed to be protecting these types of people, but I'm not skinny.
They also always mention our race. Like, always. It's a tick for them.
Well, I always think they're mentioning YouTube because they spell YT. So
no,
I'm like,
that means white.
Yeah, they're getting around the algorithms to be racist.
Somebody else said, normal gay is just a way to say boring gay. I mean, maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm a little boring.
It's pretty boring not to be mentally ill, so I get that.
And I would rather be boring than a lot of the things we see from these people, right? I would rather be boring than have to invent a fake personality and call it an identity.
Clocked. Next.
Yeah, this isn't it. Being intolerant of non-binary people for some sort of weird approval from straight men is pretty bad.
The last thing I want is a straight man. They don't wash their ass.
I mean, I have plenty of straight men who watch me, but it's definitely not the majority of my viewership. My viewership is majority female, and then it's a lot of gay men as well. So it's like, trust me, no one is pandering to straight men, and also that assumes that, oh, well, all the gay people and all the women are with us. No, a lot of them think y'all are ridiculous too, babe.
Right. The majority of both of our followings, I think, are gay and women. I have a lot of, like, fitness, like, straight men, like, influencers that follow me for some reason. Probably because I talk a lot about, like, fat phobia and stuff. But yeah, no, it's definitely not for the approval of them. If this was for anybody's approval, I think we'd be saying the opposite, because that would be a lot more popular on the internet.
Or we would be never criticizing anyone on the right, never pushing back, never having any moderate take, and just being, like, full right wing on everything, pandering to a certain audience. If you actually have any sort of nuance or in the middle, it's actually bad for audience growth. But we do it anyway because that's actually what we stand for. Somebody else commented, y'all are too femme to be out here trying to tell other people to fit into a box that your oppressors have created. Biology is not oppressive, and there are two sexes, No human being is non-binary, and I'm sorry, but like no one, my oppressors didn't concoct that, did. God did, if God is real.
I
Maybe
guess.
biology and evolution did, but take it up with whoever's upstairs, not me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree on the feminine thing that I am pretty feminine.
But that's fine, you know?
Clock, that's fine. But you know what? We're not saying anybody can't be whoever they want to be. What we're saying is you can't make up shit to okay? If I'm a feminine gay man,
And
okay, I
actually, we're the ones saying that it's okay to be feminine and a man, and it doesn't make you trans or non-binary.
I know, I guess, but maybe they want me to be non-binary because I'm feminine. Maybe that's the
You're not really
problem.
a man then, according to them.
Yeah. All right.
White gay men doing white gay men things. They ain't gonna pick you, boo.
If this is specific to white people, then white people are very successful because we're doing a great job.
Yeah, we're doing amazing. It's just weird to talk about people's race the way they always do. They're very obsessed with race.
Yeah, well, it's low IQ. That's all it is. It's like
Mm.
if you blame something on race, then you feel like you have everybody figured out rather than taking the time to understand the points that are being made. Again, so many of these conversations just go back to people being intellectually lazy and their brain trying to conserve calories.
Well, okay, but they're also all these people are in caloric surpluses, so
Well,
they're conserving too many calories.
right.
Somebody
Think a little bit harder.
Yeah. Somebody said normal people react to gay men pretending they aren't mentally ill.
Wait.
And they said it's so funny but not surprising to see two white twinks do what homophobes do to them.
The
Okay.
twink is a slur now.
Yeah,
think-
they say twink when they want to say
I know. And we did kind of use it on the Demon Twink video.
but he's also a demon. It's accurate. He is a
He
demon
is a
twink.
demon twink. Like by definition, that creator was a twink. But there was this one creator on TikTok, and they said something about like these white twinks, blah. And I'm like, just call us the slur. Like, just say. You can just say, okay. It won't hurt my feelings.
But also, I don't really think I probably maybe me a little more, but neither of us are really twinks. You know?
We're too old to be twinks.
We're long past twink death.
Yeah. I accelerated mine because I took testosterone for a few months. So I really wanted to get my twink.
Oh, your gender affirming care.
Yeah.
Why are you going against your own community? Here's the thing. First off, I don't really feel in community with a whole lot of these people, but even if I was, so am I supposed to blindly agree with anything they support? Really? What if they start talking about add the P, right, to the LGBTQP? Well, that's my community. I'm not going to go against my community. No, of course. I'm an individual with critical thinking skills, and I'll either agree or disagree. I will never just have blind loyalty to any tribe of people.
Also, I got into this at the gay bars like 2 weeks ago with a guy who was like, you talk so much about trans people, and now you talk so much about like gay and trans people. Why do you do that? And I'm like, do you believe in cleaning your house before telling somebody else to clean theirs? I'm not going to sit here and talk about Christians all day if I have gay people online acting crazy. That's a community that I'm a part of. So it's our job to police our community before we police others. What? You just want me to support people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm non-binary and I'm all this and I'm that and I'm Therian and all." No, somebody's got to call it out.
Yeah.
So be a gay man.
Normal gays is crazy. Y'all are still gay babes. So what's the difference? Fewer pronouns, fewer mental illnesses.
Yeah. More peace, I would say. I think that's the main difference. More shampoo for sure.
More deodorant.
Yeah. What else? I think that's pretty much it.
WTF is a normal gay, a pasty white man with dumb opinions. That kind of slapped.
Yeah, that one was kind of funny. So yeah, I guess. I don't think we're pasty.
I've gotten a little bit tan, and I'm going to be much more tan, so I won't be pasty for long now that I'm here in Miami. Somebody said, toxic towards your own community is crazy, guys. I hope you realize later in life how pathetic this really was. Nah, I'm good.
I don't consider this toxic. Yeah.
Criticism is not inherently toxic.
No, I think cutting off the breast of a 13-year-old girl is toxic, though.
Someone said, not you two traitors. And then
Oh.
this one, normal gays, in air quotes, in 1930s Germany when they supported the Nazi party but still found themselves in the same gas chamber next to the flamboyant ones anyway. The idea that because we say non-binary isn't real or don't mutilate minors, we're akin to like Nazi collaborators, y'all need to touch her.
Also, like,
Desperately.
neither of us are Donald Trump fans.
No.
So
Not that
it's like,
he's
how
comparable
is
to
there
Nazis, really, but even like,
no,
yeah,
no, no. But that's what they're insinuating because
Yeah.
they that the right is like Nazis, and it's like if you would have just done an ounce of research, you would see that like
they
we
don't do
act-
that. They just type out white twink.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll keep an eye out for more of your hate comments. So keep sending them in so we get some easy, low preparation content that we can monetize. Thank you for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you aren't yet. Do hit that like button before you go. Comment with your thoughts. Hopefully, nice comments will also be accepted, by the way. Make sure you subscribe to Clarkson's YouTube channel, and we'll have more Normal Gays content coming up for you real soon.